Yep. Of course, that is. Some people would argue inbounds is also out of bounds, but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah, that's a long heated debate right there.
Anyway, so we're going to see them do an ABH here. ABHing just is accelerated back hopping. It's a result of Valve trying to fix bunny hopping in Half-Life 1. If you go over a certain speed, it adds negative speed to you, but if you're going backwards, it just keeps adding negative speed. You can go real fast.
Exactly, and you can do the same thing while going forwards as well if you just hold S, because then the game thinks you're going backwards, so it gives you
Yep.
forward speed.
It requires a little bit more initial speed, but it is still useful at several points in the run.
Yep.
So you see Dacciox here going for the button save glitch. Basically how this works is that you are pushing yourself off of a button with the radio and save loading at the same time. And when you do that on the same tick, the game gets tricked into thinking the button is still pressed down. So Dacciox gets that first try.
And my stream is broken.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Oh no. Okay. I need to find their streams now.
Oh, this is some. Alright, it looks like Dacciox is a little bit ahead here, but remember his timer is about 13 seconds ahead of Shizzal's timer, so they're about even, give or take a few seconds.
My stream's fixed, I'm good.
Alright, we're good.
So as soon as they get the portal, they're going to do an amazingly complicated glitch called Save Glitch. It basically allows you to shoot offset from one portal as you are from one portal, or from the other portal, and that allows you to shoot portals like all the way across the map.
Yep. And since Chamber 2 and 3 are on the same map, you can actually skip both Chamber 2 and 3.
Exactly, and that doesn't apply to only this map, so that happens in 11, 12 as well.
Yep, and you'll see that here coming up in 4, 5.
Yep.
Not, shooting to the end of the map, but it's a save glitch preserved throughout the map.
Exactly. In this case, it's used to walk through 2 doors because your collision gets a little bit wonky with save glitch. The details are a little bit beyond this commentary.
Yeah. And then you're going to see him also, or Dacciox also use the save glitch in Chamber 5 here to go through a door. So you're going to see them doing some ABHs around corners and things like that. You saw it in Chamber 00 and then in Chamber 5 there as well. That's a lot more difficult than it looks. ABHing, while you can change your direction by kind of just moving where your camera is, it's really difficult to actually maintain your speed when going around corners like that.
Yeah, exactly. These are both, I believe, top 10 runners, so they make things look really easy.
Yeah. Which is actually very good for entertainment purposes, not for actually understanding how hard things are.
Yeah.
Safety is one of many enrichment center goals.
So you just saw Dacciox do Chamber 6 there. It's Chamber 6 and 7 are fairly simple chambers. Chamber 6, you just shoot a portal on the ceiling and jump to the end. Chamber 7, you just kind of fling yourself over, skipping the puzzle entirely.
Yeah, some of these maps just have kind of overlooked design by Valve. So like 14 has that as well. I'll be seeing that.
And it's things that they actually did know about, but they left in as cool little things that if you you can figure them out.
Exactly.
Coming up, we have Chamber 8. Chamber 8 has a difficult trick. I'm not sure if he's going to go for it here.
Oh.
He went for AFH over Goo.
What a legend.
So, yeah, that's insane. So, it's typically referred to as ABH over Goo, because that's typically how people do it. It saves a few seconds over doing the normal strat, but it's one of the swag strats in the run that actually save time. Just all opting not to go for it there. Understandable. In Chamber 9, you're not supposed to be able to shoot a portal under the door, but you can. That's about how it is. Valve wasn't too thorough putting the place under the door where it fizzles.
Yeah, and that's the only door for which that actually works.
Yeah.
Hello again. To reiterate,
See if he goes for door launch here.
Nope.
So there's a strat in Chamber 10 called door launch. You if you land and AFH, like just inside the door frame, you can launch yourself off the door frame itself directly to the end of the level.
Yeah. And here, Dacciox is going into chamber 11. This is where he gets the dual portal gun, and that allows him to basically save glitch wherever he wants, because he now has control of both portals. And here the routing gets a lot more complicated.
Yeah, having the dual portal gun just kind of opens up all the possibilities of routing.
Exactly.
So you see
you
here,
just shoot at the wall, shoot at the wall.
Yeah. This save glitch is relatively new. It saves about 2 seconds over the old save glitch. It's less movement, so it's a little bit I don't know if I'd say easier, but different. It's like Shizzal missed that AFH. Trying to do a little bit of a spin there. You have chamber 13. I like to call this the hardest easy chamber in the game.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, like I said, it's very easy to mess up. The save glitch saves probably like 1 second, if even that. It's more of a preference thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because the alternative is throwing a cube onto a button, which...
Yeah. Based on how you have save glitched, the part of the wall that you look at is different because it's based on your camera angle.
Exactly.
This is the thing.
Chamber 14.
Yeah. We mentioned this before. You can just fling yourself to the end. Casually, chamber 14 is a decently long chamber, but kind of jump through it.
No further compliance information is required. The enrichment center.
So here we have a still relatively new chamber 15 strat. The save glitch. Honestly, I think this is a cooler save glitch than the old one.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping us help
More difficult, but very cool. Ooh, and he misses the fling to the end. Not a huge deal, but loses a little bit of time.
I wasn't looking at Shizzal, but it looks like he might have messed up 14 a little bit. He's falling behind.
It always happens that the runners end up in the elevator at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, Shizzal's actually going for the old one.
Yeah, it doesn't lose a whole lot of time if you do it quickly, but not as optimal. So Dacciox is going for the 16-17 save glitch. So 16-17 is probably the hardest trick in the entirety of the run. Since 16 and 17 aren't on the same map, you can't preserve a save glitch in it like you can between like chamber 4 and 5. So what you end up doing is you save glitch, and then you put a portal under the elevator, which still exists in the next map, and it will be able to preserve his save glitch into chamber 17, so he can actually skip the whole thing.
And not only that, but you also bring a turret with you, and the turret in chamber 16 can act as a box, and you can use that in chamber 17 to your advantage as well.
Yeah, all the turrets in chamber 16 are labeled as cubes, and anything that's labeled as a cube can press a button down. So here you have Shizzal also going for the same trick. Again, very difficult, so it's not uncommon to see people mess this up a few times, but he actually gets it. I mean, even with them messing up a little bit, these are pretty solid runs so far.
Yeah, for sure.
The enrichment center is
Chamber 18 has a save glitch here. This is a blind save glitch because you really don't see any of the portals, except for that one that you shoot.
Yep. Well, it depends on the setup that you use.
Yeah, there's a few different setups that people use. Now you see Dacciox not going into the elevator immediately. This, along with Chamber 5, you actually have to wait for GLaDOS to stop speaking before the elevator can move. So you can actually kind of play around a little bit before you get in the elevator.
What's coming up here is double lag. So lag stands for large angle glitch. And it basically teleports you sort of offset to your portals in a similar way to how save glitch works. But again, it allows you to basically skip large sections of the map.
Yeah, the game doesn't handle portals on angled surfaces well. So you kind of just throw a lot of the game all at one time and it gets confused. And as you see here, puts you to the end of the level, which you get the first try, which is very difficult, but
yeah,
since they are top runners, it's you know, they've practiced quite a lot. So you have the EOO save glitch here. This is, again, relatively new. This saves about 2 seconds over the old strat.
There's actually an even newer variation of it that came out, I think, even today.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
It looks like he gets the first try.
It saves a couple of portal shots, but it's a little bit harder.
Of course. She's all doing double leg, and Dacciox going to EO1. EO1 has a very difficult save glitch in it. It involves a lot of movement. So it's you see one runner do it, and it's going to be different from how basically every other runner does it.
Yep.
So many different setups. You have to be careful. You know, if you miss a shot or if you place a shot differently, you kind of have to know the backups. Looks like he gets a first try. Looking good.
Shizzal is not opting for the EOO save glitch.
Yep. It only saves 2 seconds, but
that's true.
It is, if you do it well, it can be more consistent than regular EO.
Exactly. Regular EOO is all movement based.
Yeah, and it's very difficult. So here I have Dacciox going for the AAG, which is acute angle glitch. It works the same way as large angle glitch, except with acute angles. It's going to allow him to go directly into the GLaDOS room. What he's going to do is actually bring a turret in there with him, because GLaDOS can take damage from any turret source. So he brings this turret in there and use it to shoot all the cores off. And this is looking like a solid run.
Maybe you could settle for that, and we'll just call it a day. I guess we both know that isn't going to happen. You chose this path. Now I have a surprise for you.
I see that he waits there for a second. If he shoots the portal there too early and incinerates a core, what'll happen is that GLaDOS won't drop the last core, and it'll soft lock the game.
Yep. And the room that Dacciox is in and placed a portal on is actually still considered inbounds because it's surrounded by the larger room. Out of bounds would be
turret in there and use
completely black.
Yeah. This room is the room you see on the hallway going into GLaDOS room. Looks like Shizzal is very close, but it looks like he's going to be just a little bit behind Dacciox there by
Ooh,
2
seconds.
Wow. This is there was a closer race by like under a second, but this is insane.
Yeah.
So I mean, this could potentially go to a third round, which honestly we haven't seen a lot of.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Gonna get confirmation from Dacciox, and then we will get started here. All right, cool. And we'll see if this one goes a little better. So yeah, this is Shizzal was how many seconds off PB? Was like 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is they're playing very close to their PBs, which is it doesn't always happen.
And Dacciox was like 15 seconds.
Yeah. I think Dacciox actually his 11:17 was in a race.
Oh wow. I wish I had patience like that.
Yeah, a lot of race PBs. A lot of people got back into the game because of the tournament, myself included. So let's see if they do anything special in the vault here. Looks like Shizzal's going for the swish. Dacciox is going for the clipboard on the ledge. Even though most people skip the vault, it is the true test of skill.
And by skipping vault, we mean that they have a save, not that.
Yeah.
They go out of bounds. Or
a lot of top runners, to save time whenever they reset, they will have a vault save, standardized save that starts at the end of the vault at about 54 seconds.
Yep.
The portal will open in 3, 2, 1.
Looks like they sync the timers this time, so it's gonna be probably look a lot closer as well. That ABH around that corner is incredibly difficult. Dacciox opting to do the cube throw. As you saw, it was very close. The door actually closed after he went through it. Now, because we're going on in-game time and they're going to be doing some save loads for a button save glitch here, the timers will be desynced a little bit.
So people are asking in chat if you can save glitch through the vault walls, and no, you can't, because the most common way to save glitch. Well, first of all, you actually need both portals open.
Yep.
Which doesn't happen for like 50-something seconds.
56 seconds, I think. 57.
Yeah. And usually you save glitch on the edge of a portal. There's a couple of exceptions to that, but that's what usually happens.
Yeah, if you want to see someone start at the beginning of the vault and then skip it, watch an out of bounds run. That will have what you're looking for. Anyway, it looks like Dacciox messed up a little bit. I think he didn't grab the radio in Chamber 1 there, so he's a little bit behind. Dacciox's timer is about 3 or 4 seconds above what Shizzal's is.
Ooh,
but they look very close.
With it, you can create your own portals.
So that save glitch has a fairly precise setup, but a lot of people will use is the game has a command that you can show your coordinates and your angle. It makes the setup for Chamber 2, 3 save glitch a lot easier.
Welcome to test chamber 4.
Ooh, that's just almost getting gap jump there. You can actually ABH around the glass there and get yourself across the gap to the door before the orange portal opens. Saves maybe a second, but pretty cool swag shot.
As part of a required test protocol, our previous
so Shizzal's about 5 seconds ahead here.
Monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication.
Which looks promising for a game 3 here.
Ooh, Dacciox messing up the jump there a couple times.
Yeah. As you see, you don't necessarily need to strafe into the portal, but it can make it a little bit easier.
Angry shaking of the mouse.
Seems a little dissatisfied with this. Chamber 7 here is actually pretty easy to mess up. It's surprisingly precise for how easy it looks. If you shoot your portal on the wall too high, you're going to bonk your head on the ceiling. Too low, you're actually not going to make it onto the platform. See if Dacciox goes for AFH over Goo again.
Please note that we
No, not enough speed.
Yeah.
Any contact with the chamber floor will result
It's quite
in an
difficult, especially when you're trying to AFH
unsatisfactory remark on
it.
your official
Yeah,
test
I think you have less
report,
control when you're
followed by
AFHing.
death. Good
Yeah,
luck.
I mean, you also just need a higher
Very
velocity, so
impressive.
it's trying to
Please
strafe
note
into
that
it.
any appearance
true.
of danger
And
is
S
merely a
tap,
device to
which is
enhance your testing experience.
Because pressing S will slow you down a
The
little bit,
Enrichment Center
S
regrets to
tapping
inform
is
you
used
that
so that
this
you're not
test
actually holding
is
back when you're
impossible.
AFHing.
Make no attempt to solve it.
It's amazing that the timers are just a little bit decent, but they are neck and neck.
Yeah.
See if either of them go for door launch. I don't think they just had enough speed last run.
Hello again.
Well, it didn't look like Dacciox went for it at all.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
Oh, never mind.
You appear to understand how a portal affects forward momentum, or to be
Yeah,
more
Shizzal
precise,
didn't seem to go
how
for it
does
either.
not.
So yeah, usually when you go for door launch, sometimes you might, when you commit to it, if you land too far or too short from the door, you're just gonna bonk yourself into it and lose a second or two.
The device has been modified so that
Ooh,
it
that was
can
quite a fast
manufacture
AFH.
two main portals at once.
And they both get it first try.
Ooh. So,
As part of an
something to
optional
note here is that they're doing a save glitch here called soft wall save glitch. Basically, if they walk into the wall there, what's going to happen is they're going to walk straight through into the where the other portal is. That's just because of where the orange portal is.
Exactly. So you need to be very careful about how much force you get when you actually walk into that portal. You need to be very careful with that.
Yeah. See if Dacciox does well on 13 here.
Now that you are in control of both portals, this next test could take a very,
Looks like he got it.
very long
Ooh, and
time.
Shizzal's messing up
If
a
you
little bit.
become lightheaded from thirst, feel free to pass out.
I think Shizzal's still ahead.
Yeah.
Good couple seconds.
I think still 7 or 8 seconds.
I mean, 7 or 8 seconds is probably one of the closest races I've commentated.
All subjects intending to handle high-energy gamma leaking portal regulatory compliance issues. No further compliance information is required or will be provided.
How do you just save glitch on the portal like that?
The enrichment center is
Careful.
So it's similar to how you would do it in 16, but it's people have different setups for it.
Yeah. If anyone's interested in running the game, I would say join the Discord so you can ask questions about it. Ooh, and Dacciox had a portal pretty far away from that platform, but he actually strafed over to it. So yeah, I'd say join Discord if you're interested in running the game, and look at Z's tutorial. His stuff is pretty comprehensive in pretty much most of the strats.
Due to mandatory schedule.
So if they go into 16, 17 here, if few of them kind of mess up even a little bit here, this could be it for who's ahead.
I think Shizzal is still ahead, but we'll find out at the end of this ride.
Android Hell is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance.
Ooh, Shizzal's not having that much luck with this.
So with the strat that Shizzal is doing, it's important that you actually ABH into the Fizzler, because if you don't, then the floor just isn't solid. Looks like Dacciox is having trouble with 17 here.
Shizzal's still a little bit ahead, actually.
Yeah, especially with this Chamber 17 from Dacciox.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting the turret back through the through the portal is difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
It's already hard enough to jump through 2 portals that are both on the ground, but trying to take something like a turret through there with its collision is kind of rough.
Yeah, that jump in 17 is really, really difficult because as soon as you place both portals down, you re-enable the save glitch and you lose collision with everything around you, with the exception of entities. But that doesn't matter. You basically need to land into the portal in order to cancel the save glitch and regain collision.
Yeah. And on top of that, if you are a little bit too far forward, what will happen is that you can actually strafe through an out of bounds area, and then you'll have to reload the last save.
Exactly.
Did Shizzal miss a shot there?
Oh, it looks like his... Oh, okay. He recovered.
Okay, got it.
That's good.
That was scary.
Yeah.
That the next test requires exposure
They might be...
uninsulated electrical parts that may be dangerous under
I think Shizzal's still a little bit ahead.
Yeah, this is... They're on a very similar pace.
Electrical safety seminar.
We're going to the escape sequence here, but so like anything can happen at this point.
Yeah, it's still anyone's game.
Ooh, Dacciox going out of bounds on double lag there. It's very easy to accidentally miss double lag. If you move your cursor left or right there, basically at all, you have to really kind of accommodate for that.
Yeah. People are asking what's up with the timing. So we don't count the loading times in game. We only count the in-game time. So the timer pauses whenever the game loads, and because the runners might have like loaded different amounts in different parts of the run, they get a little bit off sync.
And on top of that, different load times will count for. So I think Shizzal has slightly longer loads. So whenever he save loads compared to Dacciox, his timer's gonna look a little bit more behind.
Shizzal's still a little bit ahead.
This is something.
Yeah, they've stayed neck and neck for the entire run. Shizzal got 5 seconds ahead at the very beginning and stayed that way so far.
You're not a good person. You know that, right? Good people don't end up here.
Dacciox going into EO2 here. AAG is incredibly difficult, so yeah, it looks like he had a little bit of trouble on the first AAG last run. Let's see how this goes.
Ooh, he's having quite a bit of trouble with it.
Ooh.
There we go.
And Shizzal gets both of them first try.
Well, you found me. Congratulations.
Looks like Shizzal's gonna
very-
take this one.
Yeah, very good runs from
So far.
both runners.
My heart. Maybe you could settle for that, and we'll just call it a day. I guess we both know that isn't going to happen. You chose this path. Now I have a
Again, he's gonna
surprise
stop for
you.
just a second so he makes sure he doesn't soft lock the run.
We have a winner. Or, not just for this particular
Now I
race,
have a surprise for you.
not for the match yet.
Deploying surprise in
Oh,
five,
sorry, we just
four-
actually. Oops.
Why not for a second?
Whoops.
we both added something at the same time.
Actually, I didn't add anything.
Oh, I guess someone else did.
Oh no.
We're good.
He still has the winner text.
Yeah, he's just the winner of this round. I took off the other point, so I think we're good.
Okay.
All right. Runs are a little bit slower, but I like a close race.
To answer our question in chat, it is almost purely execution. There's very little RNG.
Yeah.
There's some RNG in out of bounds at the very beginning, but for the most part, it's purely execution.
Although sometimes it feels like it's the game's against you.
Yeah, for sure.
a
Because
lot
the save glitch shots can be very, very precise, and if you don't get it right on, you can offset for like the entire save glitch, and
Yeah.
it really doesn't feel like the game likes you at that point.
All right, looks like they are both ready, even though you can't do AAG right now. All right. All right, here we go. I'm going to match 3. That's exciting. So let's see if we can get 3. I mean, these are fairly consistent runs. If Dacciox didn't have issues on that first AAG there, this would have been
Yeah,
a
we've
very,
still
very
been like
solid run.
5 or 6 seconds in between them.
Yeah. And there we go. You're starting it up here. See if the nerves get to them.
No, Jake said no.
I mean, listen, man. I keep saying it. Anything can happen.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science.
Yeah, so to answer another
Computer
question,
Immersion
chat,
Center. We
this
hope
version
your
is the
brief
pre-Steam
detention
Pipe
relaxation
version.
vault has been a pleasant one.
I don't
This
remember
assessment has
when
been
exactly,
processed,
it was.
Looks like 3 years ago.
Yeah, so it's build 5135.
And learning are the primary goals of all enrichment center activities. Serious injuries may occur. For your own safety.
And yeah, if anyone has like other questions, you can always join the Portal Discord or look on the speedrun.com page.
The portal will open in 3, 2, 1.
Very well synced right now. See if it stays that way. It's like Shizzal didn't actually get directly into the door there.
Excellent. Please proceed.
Another response to someone in chat. For inbounds, it's very unlikely that you will get top 10 because the new portal version really messes with save glitch. So maybe for glitchless, but
Definitely glitchless, yeah.
but certainly not for like inbounds or out of bounds.
Dacciox gets button save glitch. Shizzal is taking a sweet time. There we go. So they are neck and neck right now. The timers aren't as desynced.
Not yet, they aren't.
Yeah.
Inbounds refers to not making your camera go out of bounds and not placing your portals out of bounds.
Yep. So it's also referred to as no out of bounds. There's also a category called inbounds legacy, which kind of what it does is that in inbounds there's some things, and it kind of argues that save glitch can be out of bounds, that while your camera and that your portals aren't out of bounds, where you're shooting your portals from kind of moves out of bounds.
Exactly.
So a different category for that.
It was originally meant to stick with the like the old routes of Portal, which a lot of people consider a lot more fun. But they did end up implementing a lot of the newer routes just because they were found, but they still fit that category.
Yeah, so stuff like does 4-5 save glitch work in
you're not allowed to do save glitch at all. No RTA tricks.
Oh, is it not save glitch at all?
It's no RTA tricks, so you can't save mode.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know much about Inbounds Legacy.
I mean, that's pretty much it right there. You can't go out of bounds, and you can't save load. So that really gets rid of a lot of possibilities right there.
I mean, there's a bunch of interesting strats in Inbounds Legacy.
Yeah. So you still do, for example, the large and acute angle glitches.
Yeah, you just can't do the save glitch in order to get your portal in the right place.
Exactly.
Good job. As part of a required test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth in 3, 2.
Anyway, these runs are looking good so far. I think Shizzal is maybe a second or two ahead.
While safety is one of many enrichment center goals,
If they don't make any major mistakes, this will be another really close run.
Yeah.
And has caused permanent disabilities such as vaporization.
I don't think either of these runners have any issues getting past this this group stage, but these are always fun runs to watch.
Warning devices are required on all mobile equipment. However, alarms and flashing hazard lights have been found to
Let's see if Dacciox gets AFH over you again.
And have therefore been disabled for your safety.
Oh my God! What a legend!
That's something.
Please note that we have added a consequence for
He's all opting not to go for it, which
I
I can't blame him.
Stay hydrated.
On your official testing record, followed by death. Good luck. Very impressive. Please note that any appearance of danger is merely a device to enhance your testing. The Enrichment Center regrets to inform you that this next test is impossible. Make no attempt to solve it.
See if Dacciox gets a door launch here. I think he went for it last run, so let's see.
It's very difficult to do. He sort of gets
almost. So, what you have to do there when you land on the next up platform from the bottom is that you can't actually look at the panels, which is the trigger for them to open, because if you're up on that one, the panels will push them out and then push out the top 3 of them, which is just slow.
You appear to
Looks like
She's all
having
having a little trouble, yeah.
a bit of trouble there.
momentum, or to be more precise, how it does
I would say
not.
they're
He's
still...
about 6 seconds behind now.
Okay. Glad you're paying attention to the times, because I just don't remember them.
The device has been modified so that it can now manufacture 2 linked portals at once. As part of an optional test protocol,
I think Shizzal's loads are just a little bit slower, which is putting the timer off.
the device is
Yeah.
no more valuable
Which is unfortunate,
than the
but
organs
I mean, you can't
that
win every...
combined
Or all
incomes
makes it...
of
Yep,
everyone
alright.
in.
I'm gonna... Apparently I'm not in shape to commentate today.
Words are hard, it's okay. And yeah, I think one of the runners did have their Discord go off by accident.
Control of both portals. This next test
I
will
didn't even
take a
notice.
very
Everybody
long
in chat
time.
is saying it, and I
I
noticed as well.
Free to pass out. An intubation associate.
Guys,
will be
just to let you
dispatched
know,
to
it was
revive
your
you
Discord
with
message.
peptic salve and adrenaline.
Just spam the
As
runners.
part
No,
of a
please don't do that.
Oh, no. Do that after the race.
All subjects intending
Yeah,
to
they're
handle
playing pretty well right
high-energy
now.
gamma leaking portal technology must be informed that they may be informed of applicable regulatory compliance issues. No further compliance information is
Dacciox's movement
required or
in
will
Chamber
be...
15 is just very good. Getting that AFH into like an AVH to the elevator is not easy. Especially because because you're like AFHing or ABHing into most of the elevators in the game.
Thank you for helping
It's
us help you help us
something
all.
that you have to kind of take note of, that you're gonna like stub your toe on the elevators quite a lot, and like it's avoidable, but it's difficult.
Yep. Shizzal is about 12 seconds behind now.
Yep. Seems like Dacciox had a little bit of trouble getting the save glitch though, so maybe giving it a little bit of time.
Might even out. Also, to everybody in chat who's asking for route advice, try it. See what works.
The appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable.
If you think the route you're doing right now is boring, learn some new stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But don't learn all the new stuff, because then you won't have anything new to learn.
Yeah. Or like, don't learn 16, 17
Ever.
like when you're first starting.
Or ever.
I mean, I still don't do it in runs.
Yeah. I wish I'd never learned about it.
The Enrichment Center once again reminds you
It is by far my least favorite part of the game.
Looks like Dacciox having a little bit of trouble with the turret button save glitch. Based on how the turret is like oriented, the timing for turret button save glitch is different.
Exactly.
So it's quite difficult.
Shizzal gets it first try.
Wow. Ooh, looks like Amasushi gets timed out in chat there.
Actually, when they entered the elevator at the end of 17, they were maybe less than a second difference between them.
This is very close.
Yeah.
Well done. Be advised that the
So they're doing two different versions of the 18 save glitch. There's one that I believe Dacciox made, and then the other one is the Z's setup. Although what I'll say is that the Z setup is superior, but
I will agree, but it is mostly a matter of preference.
It is. It
As
is.
per everything. Just like everything in speedrunning, the rules are arbitrary, and whatever you do is a matter of preference. Now that we're up to speed.
We're going to escape here. So if we have this similar escapes to the last few runs, excluding trouble with like AAG, like this is looking very, very close.
Yeah.
Dacciox gets that second try. Now again, the save glitch that Dacciox is doing when done quickly is about 2 seconds faster than the non-save glitch strat.
Ooh, he's having some issues with it. Okay,
Oh,
he knows how to recover from it. That's good.
couldn't find a shot there for a second. It's like it seems like they're both having some minor mistakes, but like at the same time.
Yeah.
You're not a good person. You know that, right? Good people don't end up here. Can you hear me?
Dacciox finishes off at E1 here. We'll see whenever Shizzal finishes off about how close they actually are.
Oh, he's having some trouble getting a peek.
That portal peak is deceptively difficult.
Yeah.
Dacciox is having some issues with AAG.
Ooh, Shizzal having some issues.
Yeah, that wasn't quite out of bounds. So basically, when you are partially out or inside of a wall, what'll happen is that part of your screen is going to have a bunch of colors on it. So if you saw any of the red on, ooh, that actually was out of bounds. They're both having issues at the same time.
Yeah.
So if you still see the colors and you don't actually see the black part of the out of bounds like that, then you are still good. You're still inside the wall technically.
Yep. As long as you can't like see other parts of the map, it's still inbounds. Ooh, Shizzal. Oh, Shizzal placed the wrong portal. Oh man.
Okay. So it looks like Dacciox is gonna take this unless something horrible happens.
Maybe you could settle for that.
Oh wait,
and we'll just call it a day.
he placed the right
We
portal.
both know
But
that
never mind.
isn't going to happen. You chose this path. Now I have a surprise for you. Deploying surprise. No.
I'm not gonna label this done until it's just all finishes, but looks like Dacciox is taking the win here.
Yeah. That was incredibly close.
Managed to break. For that, and we'll just call it a
Looks
day.
like Dacciox is
Yeah,
only we can see it, but it looks like he had 3 score there.
Now I have a surprise for you. Deploying surprise in 5, 4. Time out for a second.
That's incredibly impressive that they were having trouble at different parts of the game at the same time.
Yeah. And they were no more than 15 seconds apart for all 3 of their runs.
Yeah,
that's incredibly close.
Wow.
What's
Hello.
games?
Oh,
That-
man, what a game.
Those were very close games though.
I hope we meet again in bracket, because those were really, really good races.
Yeah. You guys were no more than 15 seconds apart for all 3 runs. So
What time did you get on the last one?
12:04.
Oh my god.
you
I
both
didn't
were
do
struggling.
anything,
They both
No.
were struggling at different places at the same time.
yeah.
I
Oh,
choked
man.
AAG like 10 times.
I choked
really
you one save glitch 3 times in a row. It's like the
Yeah,
same thing.
exactly.
Oof.
Oh man.
Didn't really feel the AAGs today.
I guess not.
I mean, at least it's in groups now, so I can just beat him in bracket 2-0. Easy money. Yeah, and also Chamber 10 memed me on that third one. I'm not really
Oh
sure.
yeah, for sure.
Just sad.
I didn't hit the trigger or something. I think I went too far ahead.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
I've never had that happen to me before. It was so weird.
Well,
Otherwise,
now
I'm
it'll never
very
stop
happy
you again.
How I played those first 2.
Yeah,
my
those.
My first one
Go ahead.
was pretty decent, but the other twos were kind of
I
sketchy.
was 7 seconds off my PB the first one.
Yeah, that
Which
was.
is- I was amazed. That was so close. It was 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's something. I think the second closest race. I think there was one that was within a second.
Wow. That's
The first
unbelievable.
one, yeah, the first one was what, like 2
Like one
seconds
mistake and
or
it would have set it
point
apart.
something seconds.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
2.2 seconds ahead, something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, our first runs were really good.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, is there anything
Well,
else you guys want to add
GG.
about the race,
GG, man.
the race and Portal in general, tournament?
Portal
Comments on
sucks. Uninstall.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah.
This game demotivates me. Please don't play it.
And if you do, don't ever learn 16-17 save glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, please no.
So I think we're gonna officially retire Portal from speedrunning.
Yep. See ya. That's it.
That's it. It's over. All right. So I think we're good here.
Yeah, very good race.
All right, GG.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
Yeah,
guys.
expected
race
to be
was
good,
good.
but you know.
I
that
expected to lose actually because I haven't played in like a week, but I guess I was lucky.
Just a little bit.
Good job, man.
All right, guys. Nice for the races, and we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.